Hi everyone, I am not sure if there's anybody that's on quite yet, so I'm gonna just hang out here for a minute. I'm a couple minutes early, so just make sure you say hello when you pop in. I think there's someone that's joining. So we'll just hang out here for a couple minutes, just wait to see who's going to join us tonight for the class. Hello. If there's anyone on right now, it looks like on my end there are a few of you that are popping in. If you can just type a little comment or hit some kind of a like button or something on your end so I know that you can hear me, that would be awesome. There might also be, oh hi Stephanie, there might also be a little bit of a delay with the Facebook Live. So this is, hi Sean, hi Carmen, okay, you guys are hearing me. So there might be a little bit of a delay with what I say when you actually hear it or get the message. So hi Bev. So we'll just do the best we can and go from there. And I'm just hoping that we don't have any interruptions with the connection or anything like that as we're moving forward tonight. So just let me know if anything comes up or if you can't hear me or anything like that, okay? So we will just, hi Bev. So we'll just wait a couple more minutes here and then I will get started because I don't want to take up too much of your evening. So for those of you, hi Julie, for those of you, hi Robin, okay, I'm so glad so many of you are joining me live. This is really great. So for many of you that are, don't have a membership and are sort of joining me for the first time, sort of learning as an introductory to essential oils, I have sent you the top 10 oils that I'm going to be discussing tonight. So I hope that you receive those, and after tonight, hopefully you'll be able to use them a little bit more. So make sure you type any questions out you have, and I will answer them as we go, and hopefully we can make this work. So I'll get started. So just wanted to introduce myself for anybody that I don't know personally. So my name is Jen Arbuckle. I'm a registered dental hygienist and I'm also a holistic nutritionist. I started getting into essential oils probably closer to about 5 years ago. I was dealing with some personal health issues myself. Hi Linda. And I just really wanted to look at a more natural, more holistic approach. I was really getting tired of seeing doctors and specialists and just really feeling like I didn't have control of my own health. I went through some really scary stuff, and I just knew that there had to be, a different way for a lot of people. Hi Margaret. So that's kind of when I started to start exploring essential oils. Fast forwarding about 6 months to a year, I became pregnant with my first daughter, and again, that was when I really wanted to start diving a little bit deeper into the essential oils. I really became a lot more aware of just my surroundings. Of course, most of you know when you're pregnant, you have a lot of limitations and you're really cautious about what you're eating, what you're drinking, what your environment is like. You really want to do the best for yourself and your growing baby. So again, that is where I really started to dive in. I was looking at natural cleaning products for the house and natural laundry detergents and organic foods and all of these things that were going to be supporting my body and the baby on a much better level. So I, started Googling and looking into essential oils and started incorporating them a little bit more. The first oil I ever purchased was just from the health food store. It was lemon essential oil because I had read so many different ways that you could use this essential oil, from internal cleansing and detoxification to household cleaners to all of these different things. I was reading it and just thought it was so interesting that there was just such a complexity to how you could use this oil. It wasn't just a one-use product. So that really appealed to me. So then I just, I got using them. The brand of the lemon essential oil that I was using, I ended up doing some research online. I ended up coming across this test, or this lab result, I guess I should say, for this particular brand of essential oil that I was using. And it was really shocking to me that there was only 6% essential oil, lemon essential oil, in this bottle. The rest was just lemon extract and lemon fragrance and all kinds of fillers and other chemicals that were making up this lemon oil that I thought it was. So that really shocked me, because I purchased it from a health food store. The bottle said pure essential oil, 100% pure essential oil. So I just felt really misled. I felt really, I was just let down, and I was just really shocked, and it was just a really big red flag that went up for me. So as consumers in general, I just feel that it's really, really important to start looking more at the labels, start understanding it, and just being more aware, because there's really no one that's telling us what we can put on labels, right? So it's so easy to mark something as natural or even organic. The labeling is really loose, right? So you have to just be careful. You have to be your own advocate. It becomes very overwhelming, and you start reading things online like, this is good for you one day and then it's bad for you the next day. So it's really scary. So long story short, I had a friend who, actually she was a colleague, a nutrition colleague. She actually sampled me a sample of the Digestin, so the digestive essential oil. And I had used a couple other essential oils for digestion between the lemon incidents and this. And I really didn't get a wow factor. Like, I really didn't have that experience that really had me truly invested in that particular brand. Until she sent me this sample of the Digestin. She gave me all the little instructions of what to do with it, the different ways I could use it, lots of information on this oil. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. So the first way I tried it was actually applying it topically to my abdomen. And because I have a lot of food sensitivities, so I am constantly battling with digestive issues. So she gave me this sample. I applied it topically to my abdomen, and literally it was like within 5-10 minutes that I felt real relief. Like, it was real instant relief. And I thought, okay, that's awesome. It was really incredible, but I'm going to try it again. Like, I'm going to just, wait till my next, time that I need this oil, and I'm going to give it another try and just see what kind of results I get. So I ended up trying it again. Same results, really fast, really effective, and that was just topical application. It was one of those things where you really have to try it to believe it, and that's part of the reason why I sent you guys these samples for this class, because it's really one thing for me to sit here and tell you how amazing doTERRA's lemon essential oil is, or any of these oils, but for you to experience them and really get a personal first-hand experience is what I think is most important. So that's kind of how I really started to believe in doTERRA's essential oils. Now, to date, doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world. We just reached over 5 million people, which is so incredible. That means there's like 5 million people in this world that are using the essential oils. They're using them, most people use them for personal use. I actually don't know the percentage of people that are actually doing doTERRA as a business, but they're making a huge shift in healthcare. They're starting, they just had their annual convention down in Utah last week, and they're starting to change, healthcare for people. It's so much more cost effective, especially for people in the States that don't have healthcare like we do. It's so much more cost effective to turn to essential oils for natural relief and natural support of the body than to purchase prescriptions and go and see doctors and that sort of thing. So it's really important to know that essential oils really are so powerful. They're natural, they're potent, and like I said before, they're really complex. So you can use like one essential oil for so many different things. And that's really where people can get very overwhelmed as well, because again, you can look up online, maybe you're looking for a blend or an essential oil or a remedy for head tension or migraines or that sort of thing, and you might come up with, you know, a whole bunch of different blends or suggestions. And the thing is, the beauty of essential oils is everybody will have favorites. Everybody will have oils that work better for them versus other ones. Like what works for me might not work for you. So it's really a trial and error and an experience. So anyways, I just really wanted to kind of touch on why I'm really passionate about essential oils and specifically doTERRA. So being the leading company like with essential oils to date, it's good to know that, because doTERRA is not going anywhere. They are going to be here for quite a long time. They're not going anywhere. They are sourcing their oils from around the world. So they source, you know, where the oil is most abundantly grown, where it's cleanest. They put all of their oils through, every single batch goes through all kinds of different levels of testing, and they're transparent with that. Again, they're the only essential oil company in the world that is transparent with their testing of essential oils, which is really, really important, because when I said, you know, about the labeling of the products, right? Anyone can say, oh, this is pure, this is 100% this is all that's in it. As consumers, we want to see that, right? How do we believe somebody? We're just taking their word for it. So doTERRA actually has a site, it's called the Source to You. So you can actually take your bottle of essential oil, and there will be a lot or a batch number on the bottom. You can actually type that into this site, and it will bring up that actual batch of essential oil. It will show you the whole profile of that batch, like where it was, so where in the world it was sourced, the dates of everything, exactly what testing was done on it, the results of the tests, and again, if it doesn't pass the testing, if it doesn't meet their standards, it doesn't go into the bottle. So it's reassuring for us because, again, they're transparent with it. They have, you know, they source the labs that do the testing out to third parties. So they're not just employing their own, you know, staff to give us these results. They're third parties, so we're able to put that trust in them, and no other essential oil company is doing this. So be very aware if you're purchasing essential oils. I've had people come up to me and say, why is frankincense $118 retail when I've seen it at the bulk barn for like $39? Well, you get what you pay for. If you're looking for a therapeutic benefit to that essential oil, you're not going to get it with something that's not pure. So that's the difference. I can go into the health food store now where I purchased that original bottle of lemon, that other brand. I can do a sniff test with them, and it's so clear to me now, you know, what a true pure essential oil is. So that's another reason doTERRA is really, you know, paving the way with essential oils. So I'm going to kind of get going with the actual class. That was just a little bit of the sort of intro, I guess. How to use essential oils. So some of you I know had expressed before when you were asking to join the class that this was your very first exposure to essential oils. So is there anybody, just maybe pop a comment or a like button if this is your very first class on essential oils. Just curious if, I know some of you have been to classes of mine before, so it's great to have you back. Anyway, so 3 different ways that you can benefit from essential oils. So the first and the most common is aromatically. So I have a diffuser going in the back, which you can't see because it doesn't reach this far, the plug. It's your first class. Awesome, Linda and Julie. Perfect. So aromatically is the most common, and it's one of my favorite ways because so many people can benefit from the essential oils at the same time. So this is one of my favorite essential oil diffusers. So it's really just a very simple diffuser. There's nothing special, no bells and whistles to it. It works wonderful. You literally just lift the top off, and then you can see that little red indicator in there. You literally just fill it with water and then add the drops of essential oil into there. So, and then you diffuse. You just press the button and it starts diffusing the essential oil into the air. So it's so great because just breathing the essential oil in, it's helping you in so many different ways. So of course it depends on what oil or oils you are diffusing, so what support you're looking for. You might be looking for, you might be looking for seasonal support. So maybe you're someone who suffers from allergies. You might put in maybe lemon, lavender, and peppermint. Those 3 oils together, and if you've gotten the samples from me, you have those 3 samples. The lemon, lavender, and peppermint together, these 3 are really, really great for seasonal allergy support. So even just putting 1 or 2 drops of each into a diffuser and diffusing it, you're going to be breathing that in. It's going to be helping to support your respiratory system. It's going to be antibacterial. It's going to be uplifting. There's so many different benefits to it, and everyone in the room is also going to benefit. So it's a really great way to experience the essential oils. Second way you can experience them, actually I'll just jump back 1 second, aromatically, so diffusing them. Another way you can kind of benefit from them aromatically is actually taking an essential oil. So you can take, if you want to take, let's take peppermint. So if you want to take your peppermint, if you have the one right in front of you, even just taking the cap off and smelling it right from your sample container, right from the bottle, that is aromatic because you're breathing it in, right? So this peppermint is a really, really great one for energizing. I absolutely love it. There's so many great uses for peppermint. If you were on right at the beginning, you might have saw me take my roller bottle of peppermint. So this is pre-diluted. It's just pure peppermint in a fractionated coconut oil base in this nice, handy little roller bottle. So I will often take this and just apply it right to my temples, just a little bit. Almost every single morning I do this because it just gives you that really alert, awake feeling without always having to rely on caffeine or stimulants or that sort of thing. So it's a really great pick-me-up. For me, it really helps just with focus and concentration. If you do have any head tension, I'm not going to say use peppermint to cure a headache. I'm not going to say those kinds of things because we don't want to make claims about any of the essential oils. So I'm going to instead say something like it will help support head tension. Okay, so you can kind of know what I'm talking about there. So really great for that. It's really, really excellent to help, cool the body. So naturally helps bring down a fever. So really supportive that way. So that's how you can use them topically, and then also aromatically as well by smelling it. So topically, again, using it somewhere right on the temples, back and neck of the neck is a really popular spot. Another way you might use the essential oils topically is maybe you have a bug bite or scarring or scratches or bruises or cuts or physical pain in the body. Like maybe you're dealing with muscle aches or tension or sprains, anything like that, breakouts in your skin, anything like that, you can actually use the essential oils topically onto the skin and your body absorbs it and helps naturally support that ailment. Third way you can benefit from essential oils is internally. So when I do speak about internal use of essential oils, this is something that you have to be comfortable with doing, right? It's going to be, everyone is going to have their own comfort level. Again, you will read all kinds of different things on, yes, it's safe to use them internally. No, it's not. So you really have to be your own advocate. For me, I use essential oils internally every single day, all the time, even multiple oils a day. I always have my great big huge bottle of water, and I will add essential oils to that. So I'll be adding them for different reasons, for flavor, or maybe it's for digestive support, or maybe I want to cleanse and detoxify my liver or filtering organs, that kind of thing. A number of different reasons. So You want to make sure you're using a pure essential oil when you're using it internally though, because it's not going to have the same effect if you're using something that's not a pure essential oil. So those are the 3 ways. Any questions so far that anyone has? I'll give you a minute in case there's a bit of a delay here. So a couple tips with essential oils. When I first started using them, you know, in all different ways, in all different parts of my everyday lifestyle, it took me a long time to really accept the fact that less really is more when it comes to essential oils. I've always been one of those people that, you know, apply things more, thinking the more I'm applying, the better the outcome is going to be. But with essential oils, I really learned pretty quickly how effective they are. So less is more in the case of essential oils. I can't stress that enough. One single drop of an essential oil affects every single cell in your body. So when you're looking at a 15 milliliter bottle of essential oil, there's 250 drops in there. So that, when you think about it that way, that's a lot of different uses and applications for essential oils. And that's why they can become a lot more cost effective than some of the other things that you're already purchasing. So people that use over-the-counter medications for maybe headaches or that kind of thing, you're going to spend a lot more money buying those things than you would something like peppermint, because you can get so much more out of this. Another great way I love to use the essential oils is to flavor foods. Baking, again, adding it to my water to give it that flavor. It helps with, for me, it helps with increasing my water intake. So it, you know, adding that flavor makes it more appealing to drink. When it comes to drinking or adding it to the water, it's important not to add the essential oils to plastic. So they're really, really potent, really concentrated, meaning that they can actually pull the, like if you're drinking out of plastic, it can actually pull the like petrochemicals out of the plastics, and then you would end up consuming that. So only glass or stainless if you are going to be using it internally. When you're using it for, like, for example, like a household cleaner, if you were going to make your own, say, all-purpose cleaner using maybe a plastic spray bottle from the dollar store, adding a couple drops of lemon, it's okay to use it because you're not actually ingesting that. You're just using it on hard surface, okay? And then of course you would never want to use essential oils like directly in the eyes, directly in the ears, anything like that you would want to avoid, okay? So I'm going to start going through the actual 10 oils that I sent you. So if anything pops up along the way, just make sure you pop your comment in and I'll help you with that answer, okay? So first what I'm going to go over is lemon. So if you want to open your oil, you can give it a good smell, close your eyes if you want. I always find that it might change the experience that you have. So I love lemon. It is a super, super clean, cleansing oil. I do use this for all things cleaning. So like I just said, I make all-purpose spray bottles using the lemon essential oil with just a couple drops. Some of them I'll add some white vinegar, depending what I'm making it for. But lemon is just a very, very cleansing essential oil. So I will often add a couple drops of this to like a really large glass of water first thing in the morning and drink that. So it's really good for helping to, like I said earlier, cleanse and detox the system internally. So really good. Oftentimes people will squeeze fresh lemon into their water. So from a nutritional standpoint, it's a really great practice to get into because you are doing your digestive system such a great favor first thing in the morning. The lemon essential oil is not acidic. So people that consume lemon from a fresh squeezed lemon, you have to be mindful of drinking it because, of course, I know there's other dental hygienists on here. It can be very acidic to the teeth and you can end up, you know, causing some erosion, that sort of thing on with the enamel. So the essential oil doesn't have that same effect. Another difference is the essential oil doesn't have the vitamins and the minerals that a fresh lemon would. So you're not going to get the vitamins and minerals. You will get a higher level of antioxidants. So, I mean, both have their benefits. I often use this because I don't have to worry about my lemons going bad. I don't have to, you know, actually squeeze the lemon, clean up the mess, do all of that kind of thing. So I just find this so much easier. If I have fresh lemons, I definitely use those as well, but just FYI. So really great for that. It is also really great as an all-purpose cleaner, like I said. Also really great for, my favorite use for this is actually to clean the glass cooktop of my stove. So anytime you're cooking anything and it splashes over, this helps to take off any of that grease. So it's a natural degreaser. Anytime you get, you know, you buy a new picture frame or something and they have the little sticker right on the front, just a drop of this onto that area, leave it for like a minute, it will peel right off. So it's so incredible. Those are just a few uses. Like there's so many different uses for these essential oils. I'm just gonna really cover a few of them, okay? So the next one you can grab is the lavender. So lavender is a really common oil for a lot of people. Most people are familiar with it. It's in a lot of different products. Excuse me, lavender is all things calming. So this oil, yeah, it's very, very calming to the body, to the mind. It's a great one to diffuse. Maybe if you're feeling anxious or you have a busy mind, that kind of thing, it just helps calm the body. It's also really great for skin support. So you could apply it if you had a burn to the skin or any kind of bug bites. It helps take out that itch, that redness. Really supportive for that. It's also really great if you wear mascara. It's actually really great to take the lid off your mascara and actually put a single drop of the lavender into your mascara. It's very antibacterial and it helps with promoting the growth and the health of your eyelashes. So little tip for you there. Excuse me, I just need a little bit of water. So I just want to look up, so this book that I use a lot, it's called The Essential Life Book. This is an incredible book for anybody that's getting started with essential oils. I still reference this book every single day. There's just so much great info in here. So for example, I just looked up lavender and you can see here it actually gives you the whole profile of the lavender essential oil. So it will tell you the top uses for it. It'll give you the main constituents in it, the top properties, the different essential oils that it's found in, just all kinds of great information. So, excuse me, some of the top uses for the lavender, I'm just gonna read it right from here. Yeah, it's so good, right, Bev? Sleep issues, excuse me, stress, anxiety, teething. I didn't mention that actually. So I used lavender and white fir actually, which that's not one that I'm going to go over, but I used lavender and white fir. The combo of those two together when my babies were teething was phenomenal. I would take it and I would actually make a roller ball like this. So I would put just one drop of each in there and then top it up with a fractionated coconut oil. And then I would just take this and roll it topically, just like a swipe along their jawline and then just massage it in. And it just helped to calm the nerves and help, you know, with the pain associated with teething. Not to mention that the smell of the lavender that was on them just helped with that whole fussy baby teething nightmare. So that was really, really great. Also really great for sunburns and scars, like I said, really supportive for allergies. So like I mentioned earlier, the combination of lemon, lavender, and peppermint, the three together are very, very supportive for seasonal allergies. Again, colic or upset baby, like I just mentioned, bug bites, hives. So again, anything irritating to the skin, it's going to be really, really supportive for. Nosebleeds and pink eye. So for something like this, nosebleeds, so what you would do with the lavender is you could actually apply it topically down the bridge of the nose and even around the outsides here. And same with if you were dealing with something like pink eye. To support that, you would actually apply it sort of around the eye socket. So again, not in the eye. You would want to make sure it was far enough away that it wasn't going to be irritating to the eye. Migraines, headaches, and then again, just for emotional balance. So you can see there's just a ton of different ways you can utilize the oils. So next, peppermint, excuse me, which I did touch on a little bit already. So I love this one, like I said, on the temples, just for that clarity, that focus, that alertness. It's really, really wonderful. Another thing I love to do with this, where do I get my roller bottles? What type of coconut oil? I buy these roller bottles from My Essential Business. So I will put that link under this video when I'm done, okay? It's a company out of Toronto, and that is actually where I buy these books from. Really all kinds of oil related accessories I get from that company. They're phenomenal. Coconut oil, doTERRA, excuse me, doTERRA has a fractionated coconut oil. I don't have one here, I'm all out. But to be honest, you can go to the health food store and buy a bigger bottle of liquid or fractionated coconut oil. So the fractionated really just means that they've taken the fat deposit out of the oil. And if you get the odorless, it's better in my opinion, because then it doesn't, it's not competing with the smell of the essential oils. So yeah, it's probably a little bit cheaper to get it just at a health food store. But really any kind of liquid oil would work. I often use jojoba oil, I use almond oil, sometimes I'll use hemp oil, depends what I'm using it for. Olive oil, any kind of oil will really work for you. So peppermint I also love to use as a breath freshener. So this is actually one of the essential oils I offer to my clients as a post-treatment rinse. So I will just drop a couple of drops in some water and have them rinse with this after I scale their teeth. So it's really, really freshening to their breath and just really supportive. So one single drop of the peppermint, doTERRA's peppermint essential oil is equivalent to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's really fantastic for the digestive system and really, really concentrated. So a perfect example of just less is more. One drop is all you would need. Sorry, I have like a horrible tickle in my throat. Excuse me. So next is oregano. So that little tiny sample I gave you, and by the way, those samples, for those of you that got them, I think there was about 15 drops in each sample. So when you tip it upside down, I don't have one of them in front of me, but if you tip it upside down out of yours, it's not going to actually drop out. You actually have to tip it upside down and just give it a good tap or two to get the oil to come out. If you've tried, I'm sorry I didn't explain that earlier. So the oregano is a very, very concentrated, very potent essential oil. It's really supportive for supporting the immune system. So it is, in my opinion, it's sort of the big gun. So if I am feeling under the weather, or I'm trying to fight something internally, or I have something viral going on, this will be the one that I will turn to. It's really great to use. You've probably heard or are familiar with people using oil of oregano internally, often under their tongue, or added to a glass of orange juice or something like that to help boost immunity. I did that with this when I first got my kit of oils. I put a drop of oregano under my tongue, and it was so concentrated. I felt like I was smelling like an oregano for days later. So I wouldn't recommend that. This oil will last me probably, actually this is my very first bottle, and you can see, I'm not sure if you can see there, I'd say it's just under halfway. So that's after 2 years. And I've sampled a lot of this out, and I don't use it all the time, but like I said, I use it when I'm really needing that extra support with the immune system. It's also really great to add to cooking. So if you're making like pasta sauce or some kind of pizza or Italian dish, you can add just a single drop of this, and it flavors food really nicely. Also, it's really great to apply to if you have any kind of foot fungus or athlete's foot or anything like that. It's going to be really great to help knock that out. Excuse me. The next one is Melaleuca, which is also known as tea tree oil. So most people are familiar with tea tree, especially when you open it and smell it. You think of probably a shampoo or a product to help with head lice. So, sorry, are you still with me? I just had a call come in. That's a really great use for the tea tree. It's very, very antiseptic, so it's going to help with, again, any kind of outbreaks or skin issues. So whether it's cuts, bruises, acne, anything like that, you can apply it to the skin, and it's very, very antiseptic. I will often use this one, again, just to as an all-purpose cleaner, especially in the bathrooms or where you want that extra bit of cleanliness, I guess. It's also a great one to, every once in a while, I will soak toothbrush heads in it. So just in a drop of the oil in like a little glass, and just put the toothbrush heads in it overnight, just to really clean them and get rid of any of the bacteria that's going to be lingering there. So it's a great one as well. 2, 4, 5. So that is, oh, we have one more single one, which is the frankincense. So frankincense is a wonderful essential oil with such a complex, like they all do, but very, very complex, very broad range of ways it can support your body. So I always tell people, especially when it comes to the frankincense, you should totally Google different ways, different benefits that frankincense has in supporting the body. So there's so much information that will come up. I think there's a lot of, excuse me, information on PubMed as well, different ways that it's supported different kinds of cancers, that sort of thing. Again, I'm not, don't get from this that I'm implying that it cures or anything like that. Excuse me, but it's a very, very supportive. A personal experience I have with frankincense is with my daughter. My second daughter, when I was pregnant with her, she had a dilated kidney. And it's just one of those things. Actually, my first daughter did as well. And the protocol was just to ultrasound her 1 week postpartum and just kind of assess it at that point. My first daughter at that time, at the 1 week scan, it was all within the normal range. My second daughter, it was still dilated, so we needed to continue to watch it. So anyways, over the course of maybe 7 or 8 months, we had been, going for regular appointments to monitor it. And then it got to the point where it had gotten a little bit larger, and they ended up wanting to send us to Sick Kids in Toronto. So we took her there, and they wanted to do surgery for her to correct this. And I went home, and I hadn't done anything for her to deal with this issue. I don't know, I guess I was just really hoping that everything was going to resolve itself. I didn't really know what oils to support her with, or what to do, or just, I don't know. I don't know why, to be honest, I didn't really try to do anything sooner. But anyways, it wasn't until we were driving home from Sick Kids, and they had told us that they wanted to, look at a surgical option for her, that I thought more about the essential oils. And I thought, why haven't I been using frankincense? It's such a highly anti-inflammatory essential oil. It's just so powerful on cells and cellular health. So I thought I should start doing something, at least try. So what I did is I took, again, the pre-diluted roller bottle. And the reason I used the pre-diluted roller bottle with my daughter was because these ones that are pre-diluted from doTERRA are safe to use on babies. So it takes the guesswork out, because dilution is very important when you're using them topically. So when it comes to babies, I don't want to, it's just easier, it's convenient to just use the one that's already made. I know that I don't have to worry about it. So long story short, I took the frankincense, and I started applying it morning and night over the area of her kidneys and to the bottoms of her feet. We went back 2 weeks later to have the last ultrasound before they were going to book the appointment. And the ultrasound came back and her kidneys, so this is just 2 weeks, her kidneys were back within normal limits. And so the doctor, he asked me, he said, what are you doing? Like, are you doing anything different? And I did tell him that I was using the essential oils. And to be honest, he kind of almost disregarded what I said. Like, he didn't, you know, he's a Western medical doctor, so he wasn't really interested, right? So anyways, it was, he wanted to see us again 2 weeks later just to reconfirm that everything still was within normal limits. So we went back, it still was, and she never ended up having to have the surgery. So, it's one that I don't know, maybe her body was going to resolve on its own, maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but I know the only thing I changed was using the frankincense. So it's a really great one. So it's also a really great essential oil to use just for overall grounding and helping to feel balanced and and just really connected, right? So it's a great essential oil. Excuse me, my throat is really bothering me. So that wraps up all of the single oils that you have and that we're going to talk about tonight. So next we're going to go into the blends. So blends of different essential oils. So I'm going to start with the Breathe. This one is also known as Easy Air. So it's the respiratory support blend. So I'm just going to flip over into the book. So this one is another really great one to help support seasonal allergies, easy breathing, people that have different things that they're dealing with, like maybe bronchitis or asthma, anything like that. It's going to be really, really supportive. Let me just find it here. Okay, so it is a blend that includes laurel, peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree, lemon, ravensara, and cardamom. So all very supportive essential oils. Are you going to sell the new book? Yes. Margaret, dab it on your wrists. Which? This one, the Easy Air, the Breathe? I just ordered, so this book currently is not available. It is the 3rd edition and they're coming out with the 4th edition because they've just introduced 6 new oils. So I have just pre-ordered 30 more of these books. So I do have them, or I will have them once they're in at the end of the month. But yes, the respiratory blend, so it's got a great blend, frankincense on your wrist, yes. Another thing I do with frankincense actually is I put a single drop under my tongue every day. Every single morning, I do that, and it just, for me, it's for the anti-inflammatory properties and for just the cellular support that it provides. Personally, I've dealt with cancer, so for me, it's one of the ones that I will use always. It's really supportive, and like I said, I really just tell people, look it up, because there's some really, really great clinical trials and clinical studies on how effective frankincense is for different things like that. So it's a great one to look up. But the respiratory blend, some of the great uses for it includes pneumonia, asthma, like I said, allergies, cough and congestion. Maybe I should be using this. Actually, it's really great when you're dealing with issues like right now I have like a bug or a frog in my throat or something. I'm actually just going to rub some on my neck and see if it helps there. Bronchitis, influenza, sinus issues, sleep issues. So really great if you have someone in your home that snores, including pets actually. So I often will use the Breathe or this blend in the diffuser at night with other essential oils. That will help promote sleep, and that will help just support clear breathing, open airways. Increasing the oxygen intake to the lungs is really important. So it's a wonderful one. I also love to use this blend before exercising. So either before, like we just had hot yoga last night here. So I love the roller blend, and I will actually take this and I'll put a stripe down my nose and even some under my nose there, so I'm constantly breathing it in. And especially in a really hot environment, it just really helps to keep your airways open and almost has that bit of a cooling effect to it. So it's a really, really beautiful blend. And also really great for, like I used it with my kids a lot in the summer. So when they were playing soccer, I would apply it topically to the chest, just when they're running in the heat, that sort of thing. It was really, really great for them. Okay, then I'm gonna go with the Deep Blue. So this is the Soothing Blend. So it's so incredible for any kind of physical pain in the body. So as a hygienist, I use it a lot in my upper neck, like up in this area. Again, scaling with my right hand, it's just always, it's sort of a repetitive strain. A lot more inflammation up here, and that's typically where I hold a lot of my stress in my shoulders, which then drives a lot of tension up into my head and can trigger headaches. So I use the Deep Blue a lot. I will apply it topically. I'll also apply it, if I'm in a lot of discomfort, I will apply it topically to that area and then go sit in the infrared sauna. And it just really drives the oils into the body, and it just, your body feels so loose and relaxed and just really comfortable afterwards. So it's a really, really great blend. It's also really great for any kind of arthritis or even like fibromyalgia, anything like that where your body has physical pain, it's going to be really, really supportive for. Oftentimes too, people that suffer with a lot of head tension, the kind that makes you almost feel like you're gonna throw up, or migraines or anything like that, the Deep Blue will be really, really supportive. Again, a lot of those times have different, you know, they have different triggers, right? A lot of times it's tension or different things like that. So even applying it to the neck, again, to the temples, will really help support that, that ailment that you're dealing with. Digest Zen. So the digestive blend. So again, this is the one that really had me change my belief in essential oils and really see the power in them. So this one, I am going to turn to it in the book here. Okay, so in this is ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel. So again, all very supportive for any digestive issues. This one you can again apply topically to the skin, again over the area of the abdomen where you're experiencing that discomfort. You can take it internally. You could diffuse this one as well. It wouldn't be one that's my first choice to diffuse because I don't personally like the smell or the taste of black licorice so much, so I wouldn't want to be smelling it that way. Yes, yeah, me too, Bev. I used to use the doterra Namigel all the time for physical pain, and once I started, you know, using the doterra, it was a game changer, big time. So the digestive blend is really great for if you experience any kind of bloating, gas, digestion issues, nausea, even people that experience like motion sickness. This is a really, really great one for. I used this one a lot when I was pregnant. I found that it was just really, really settling to the stomach. Just put Deep Blue on, yeah. Okay, before you just put it on, that's okay. But I should mention, when you're putting them on your skin, I often will dilute them. So it is okay to put the Deep Blue on topically, like I'll do it as well just so you can see. Like I'm just gonna put it on my wrist just to show you. Not that I have pain here, but so you can rub it into the area of your skin. So this is known as neat application. So there's no dilution here. I applied the essential oil right directly to my skin. The other way to do it is to actually use what we call a carrier oil or a carrier lotion, if you will. So the reason for doing that is I don't have the coconut oil right in front of me, but if you use a fractionated coconut oil or even like a lotion, like this is an unscented hand lotion, it's going to help that essential oil stay on the skin a lot longer. So there's a lot of like essential oils, pure essential oils have volatile compounds, so that means they will evaporate quickly off the skin. So if you're looking for long-lasting support, you're going to want to use a carrier oil or a lotion to literally carry the oil onto the skin and experience the much longer lasting benefit of that oil, okay? Other reasons you would use a carrier would be because an oil like oregano is a really hot oil, so to put that right on the skin, you actually might experience some sensitivity. So that's the only reason I do recommend using a carrier oil. Another analogy I like to use, just for an example, is if you were out in the sun and say you got a really bad sunburn on your back. Yeah, you're welcome. If you had a really bad sunburn on your back, and let's say you wanted to apply lavender and peppermint. Lavender because it's going to be very soothing to the skin, and peppermint because it's going to be very cooling. You would end up using a lot of drops of those in your back to cover that large surface area, right? So the volatile compounds are going to make those oils evaporate before you can spread them all out. So using a lotion or a fractionated coconut oil or even like a hard cold pressed coconut oil is going to be good because that allows you to actually spread that oil application out much larger, and it will help that oil stay on the skin a lot longer. So that's just a different way to think about it. So that was the digestive blend. Oh, it's also really great, I didn't finish there, colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, any kind of diarrhea, constipation, like I said, any GI issues, Crohn's disease, chronic fatigue, and food poisoning. So really, really great. I've had food poisoning twice now. I was just trying to think, twice now. And I had the Digest-N for the second time I had it, and it was such a game changer. It was so supportive and just helped so much with that, with the food poisoning. Okay, and then the last blend that I want to talk about is the On Guard. So this is like my favorite blend right now. I just find that I'm using this one so much. I actually diffuse it in the office daily right now. So this one I love to use sort of this time of year when we're transitioning between seasons. So kids are going back to school, you know, people are getting more exposure to other people, other germs are floating around. This is typically when our immune system start to crash a little bit and we start to notice that we're getting a little bit sick. So I love to diffuse this one. So just a couple drops in the diffuser, and everybody that comes in ends up benefiting from the aromatic compounds, right? We're all breathing in these essential oils and benefiting from it. It's strengthening our immune system. It's supporting us just by breathing it in. I also love to use this in so many different ways. So I will add sometimes a drop to my water. I might add it to like a hot glass of water, and it ends up being like a warm, sort of supportive tea-like drink, if you will. I apply this to my kids' feet every single day. So I like to use the roller bottle. It's again pre-diluted. So my older daughter just started high school, or just started public school. High school would be scary. Just started public school for the first time in JK. So I know she's kind of getting that exposure to all kinds of different germs, that sort of thing. So we've been applying this morning and night just to help support her immune system. So, I mean, you know that it's still important for your body to be challenged with different seasonal threats, if you will. So these aren't going to necessarily, do I sell the diffuser? Yes, I do, Robin. I sell this one, the Petal. So you still want your body to be challenged by, you know, to help strengthen and support the immune system, but these are going to just help with, you know, maybe lessening the amount of time that you're actually sick from, and some people it will help just to boost the immune system so you don't actually end up being, you know, put out with the illness. So the On Guard line is incredible though. They have a number of different products. They have a really great toothpaste. It's actually what I use in my clinic here as a polishing paste. So there's no fluoride in it. It's really, really supportive. So it's got the clove, the cinnamon, wild orange, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And I think there's eucalyptus in it. Now I'm drawing a blank. And my patients have been loving it so far. So it's really, really great. And it's, again, going to be supporting the immune system. They have an all-purpose cleaner concentrate that is the On Guard line. They have a hand soap. So all of these different ways. So the more exposure you're getting to it, the more beneficial it's going to be. Oh, sorry, Stephanie, that you're not getting a good feed. It will be up on the wall, like on this page. So definitely just come back and watch it later if you want. Okay, but I know that some of this info you already have. So yeah, hopefully you will catch the end of it. Because you have been here too, I'm going to put your name in. I'm going to be doing a draw for everybody that was live on this class tonight, okay? Anyways, I'm not even going to keep you that much longer. So that ends up wrapping up the last of the oil blends of the top 10. So I really just wanted to share with you sort of a way that you can use essential oils for so many different things. Again, I didn't cover even all of the ways these essential oils can be used. There's really so many. And again, this is one of the books that I turn to for so much. I often will, you know, depending what people start out with, I will sometimes give them this book because it's really, really important. I think I don't ever want anybody to start using the essential oils, not feeling comfortable with them and not knowing what to do. So if anyone has any specific questions on any of the oils that we went over tonight, definitely let me know. And another thing I will share with you, how you can purchase, it's absolutely the Essential Oil Bible. So I'll share with you different ways that you can actually purchase essential oils. So by no means is, you know, participating in this class, you know, I'm not asking you to purchase essential oils. I'm not asking you anything like that. It's really just a way to help you see a different way and just, I guess, be more conscious about the different things that you're using. So I know for me, I have started really changing all kinds of different things that we were purchasing and just really going a more natural way, especially having little ones in my life. I just feel like it's up to me to, you know, steer them down the right path and do the best that I know right now for them. So that's why I'm really passionate and I really love sharing the essential oils with other people. And honestly, it's like anything. Once you get really comfortable with something, it becomes second nature to you. So it can often almost be a little bit hard to share with other people how simple it is to use them. So if I'm confusing anybody or if anyone's missing out on anything, just make sure you ask me because sometimes it just seems so simple in my mind. It's hard to relate to people that are brand new to it again. So Jen, the book, I will have these in stock, but you can actually order them as well just online through My Essential Business. I will post the link online. Yes, I do have the book. So different ways that you can actually purchase the essential oils. I'm going to share this with you for anybody that just may be interested. And if you're not, that's absolutely no problem at all. And if you maybe know someone that came to mind while I was talking about anything that you think might be interested, certainly you can share this video with them, or I'm happy to help them out as well. So I will share that information with you. So firstly, anyone can purchase the essential oils from doTERRA. You don't need a membership. You can purchase them at retail prices just by going to the link and shopping online like you would shop online for anything else. The downside to purchasing them that way is that you're paying retail prices. So you're not getting any discount, you're not getting any benefit to doing that, but it's an option. The other way that you can do it is actually with a membership. So this is the most popular way that these 5 million people that are using doTERRA purchase them. So I like to explain it as being very similar to having a Costco membership. You pay your yearly fee and you can shop whenever you want. You can spend as much or as little as you want. There's no obligations. And with that membership, you get 25% off all of the products. So the diffusers, the toothpaste, the oils, the supplements, everything that they carry, you get the 25% off. And it's just, so it's really great for people to be able to get them at that wholesale price. So those are the two different ways that you can purchase them. They do have two different warehouses that you can purchase from. So us as Canadians, we can purchase directly from the US warehouse, which has every single product, or we can purchase from the Canadian warehouse, which actually just opened last September. So we are slowly collecting all of the products here in Canada. We still don't have them all, but they are adding more and more and more every single day, or as often as possible. So right now in Canada, I'm almost positive we have every single essential oil. We have the petal diffuser, and we're slowly, as of today, saw our first supplement come into Canada, which is the Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme, excuse me, which is really, really incredible. So they're going to be slowly transitioning all of the products into Canada. It's just a matter of, you know, Health Canada looking everything over. So yeah, we can order through either market and it's the same discount no matter what. And you get the products, they go right to your door. So it's a great way to get started. Anyways, all of you, again, that were brand new, that didn't have access to essential oils, got the samples. So hopefully now you have a few different ideas of ways that you can use them. But like I said, if there's any questions that you have, please message me on different ways or options for them. I'm happy to help. And I wanted to do a draw. Everybody that came on live for the class tonight, I wanted to put your names into a draw. So if you can just put like the number 1 or something in the comments, so I will get your, so I can add your name to the list. I know there was probably about 12 of you at one point that have been on. So just make sure you put some kind of comment in there and your name will go into the draw. And the draw will be for 2 of my favorite oils. I have many favorite oils, but these are 2 that I use often. Wild Orange is the first one. So this one I absolutely love. It is so incredible. It's so powerful. It's really great for our stress hormone. So simply smelling this oil, it's going to affect the stress hormone, the cortisol in our brain. So if you're, excuse me, if you're feeling really anxious or stressed out or overwhelmed, or if you suffer with depression or anxiety, anything like that, this is a very, very incredible oil. So it's a very adaptogenic oil. So it just basically means that it helps your body adapt to what you're needing. So maybe you're needing the calming or the relaxation properties of the oil, or you're needing the uplifting, the energizing, or you're needing the, like I said, antidepressant side of things. Like it's going to provide what your body is needing. So it's so incredible. I love taking this oil. I have one open here. I will just simply put a drop in my hand. This one actually might almost be empty. It is. Anyways, I'll rub some off the edge there. So I'll put some in my hand, rub it together, and then I'll just cup my hands over my mouth and nose and inhale a couple times. And it's so incredible. It's so fresh smelling. It literally smells like the first peel of an orange, like that really crisp, fresh, clean, citrusy smell. It's so beautiful. I also really love to add this one to my water, again, just for the flavor. It's really great. So this will be one of the ones, and then the other one is the Slim and Sassy, or also known as the Metabolic Blend. So this one is actually what I have in my water right now. It's one of my favorites to add to water. It's really supportive for our metabolism. Thanks, Bev. I am planning on doing I'm planning for October actually to do a class That's actually going to be different stations set up. So people can actually, it's going to be set up downstairs in the studio. I want to have different stations set up. So we'll have a station on the Deep Blue products, a station on the On Guard products, a station on the spa line, a station on the supplements, like different stations like that, so people can actually just rotate around and spend, you know, 5 or 10 minutes learning about each specific sort of area of the products. So I'm hoping to have a date soon, but yeah, planning for October for that. And that I actually want to do more regularly because I have so many people that are getting started with essential oils, and it's just really important to know what to do with them. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. When that comes up, it will be posted on my Whole Health page, so you will see it there, okay? So yeah, back to the metabolic blend. This one's so great for just supporting the metabolism. For me, I love it because it helps me with that 3 o'clock craving. So if I don't drink this in my water in the afternoon, I am drawn to that stimulant. So whether it's, you know, something sweet or something basically that's not good, not healthy for me, I'm drawn to. So this is what I use now. Sometimes I will actually even put a drop just on my tongue, and it's a pretty strong oil, but it literally does the trick for me, and it helps just completely curb that craving. So it's really, really great. I actually also love to use it in the bath. So last night I actually had a bath with a cup of Epsom salts, and I put about 10 drops of this in there, and it basically helps to target the fat cells in your body. So again, lots of research behind all of these different things that the essential oils can do. So that's the other thing about doTERRA, is that they're a really, really science-based, education-based company. So there's just so much information, and I will post more links now that I've kind of given you a little taste of this information. I will post some more links on this event just so you can kind of look into different things if you wish as well. So anyways, I will do a draw. I'm not going to do it right now live because it'll take me a minute to write down all your names. Fluffy cells, yeah. Yeah, right, Bev? The one for cravings was the Slim and Sassy. So you'll notice this one's called Slim and Sassy. This one was actually ordered out of the US warehouse. So you'll notice some of the oils in the Canadian warehouse actually have different names. And that was because when Health Canada was approving them as natural health products, that was a requirement for some of them, was to change the name. So in the Canadian warehouse, this one is known as Smart and Sassy. So there's a couple like that you'll notice, but yeah, for the most part, it's just known as the metabolic blend. So yeah, that's the one that's really supportive for the cravings, I find. And then another little incentive that I guess I have for you is, a bottle of Cheer. So anybody that is interested in getting started with essential oils, everybody has their own journey, their own reasons, their own, you know, ways that they want to live, right? But if anything I've said tonight really has sparked interest in you and you really want to explore essential oils a little bit more, maybe you want to get your own membership, maybe you want to start out with, you know, a kit of the top 10 oils like I did, or maybe you just want to start out with a membership and a couple oils. Either way, anybody that does want to get started with me, I wanted to give you one of these roller bottles. This one's called Cheer. So this is from the Emotional Aromatherapy line, and I'm just going to pull it up in my Bible and just tell you a little bit about this blend. So it is it's just like the happy oil. It is so, so beautiful. Let me just find it quickly here. I love diffusing this one as well. Okay, so Cheer is the uplifting blend. So its top uses are depression, discouragement, anxiety, disconnection, PMS, cellular health, inflammation, stiffness, indigestion, irritable bowels, blood sugar, and cholesterol. So what that means is that this blend has a number of different essential oils in it that can support any of those different ailments. So it's a really happy, uplifting, beautiful oil. And it's convenient because it does come in this roller bottle, so you can use it, you can apply it to your wrists, you can apply it to, you know, your neck. A lot of these oils I will use on a daily basis as like a perfume. Instead of you know, spraying myself in all of those chemicals like I once did, I now use essential oils. And I find the more you use essential oils, the more intuitive you become with them. So it's really funny. Some days I will wake up and I will be so drawn to an essential oil. Like it will be screaming my name and I don't know why. Like for example, ylang ylang. A couple weeks ago, it was just an oil I couldn't get enough of. I wanted it on me, I wanted to diffuse it. I was just so drawn with it. So I chose it intuitively because that's what my body was just wanting. So another book I absolutely love is this one. So this is called Emotions and Essential Oils. So this book is so amazing to learn more about how the essential oils work on the emotional side of us, like how they work with our emotional brains. So what I did was I just looked up in this book ylang ylang, and I kind of learned a little bit about why I might have been really drawn to that oil. So ylang ylang is the oil of the inner child. I won't read this whole thing to you, but basically it outlines the properties of the oil. So for example, just down here at the bottom, the negative emotions that it addresses are joylessness, overstressed, grief, sadness, loss of a loved one, or disconnected from inner child. So really I have no idea why. Maybe the stress part, maybe I was overstressed, but I don't really know why I was really drawn to it so much. But the positive properties that it brings out is freedom, playful, intuitive, heart healing, emotionally filled, joyful, and accepting. So all of these oils have, you know, a lot of physical benefits, a lot of therapeutic benefits to them, but they're really, really powerful on the emotional side of things as well. So, you know, whether you're looking to change the, you know, the vibration in your surrounding, right? Like, have you ever experienced someone walking into your space and leaving and they're just feeling, there being this feeling of just this negative energy lingering? I know I've experienced that, and essential oils have been a powerful way to sort of change that overall vibration or feeling or surrounding that you have. So they can be really, really powerful on so many different levels. But anyway, I don't want to get on too much of a tangent here, so I will wrap up for now. All right, Jen, thank you so much for joining. And again, if anyone has any questions or anything, please let me know. And I will post the winner for the Wild Orange and the Slim and Sassy shortly, okay? So thanks again. I'm gonna end now because I could keep talking, but I'm gonna end now. Thank you again so much for joining. And if you have any more questions or anything, just please let me know. All right, so have a great night and we will chat with you soon.